Well, Arsenal is in for Merino, Mikel, from the side of Real Sociedad, and this video is powered by Mono Gadgets. They are really dealers in all new and UK used phones, laptops, and by cargo. Open every day, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. and call them on 07099886665. That is the phone number where you obviously go ahead, get them on here onto the Rokani Media Football. And now after that, let's obviously get into the mix as we discuss what the game of football is all about. Welcome to this channel. This is the Rokani Media Football. How are you guys and where are you watching us from? I go by the names of Rokani David. Let's talk about the transfers, and Arsenal are interested into a 28-year-old Spanish international player for Real Sociedad known as Mikel Merino. And Declan Rice is going to hate to speak hugely about the game of football. England is playing against Netherlands tonight. And Nuno Tavares has finally gone ahead to obviously see himself find a club where he's going to be playing next. And looks like Arsenal fans and Mikel Arteta is relieved from obviously seeing him really getting into the training session that is really starting next Monday. That is the 15th of July 2024. So we thank God for the gift of life. The Muslim is Barakallahu Fikum, and may the living to God bless you abundantly. And this is the channel that brings you your latest news and information as far as everything is really concerned. Now let's start it off from where we think is really gonna entice everybody into the mix, and it's all about the man himself known as Mikel Merino. Guna blog breaking the story today about how Arsenal are very interested in signing Sociedad midfielder Mikel Merino. Who is Mikel Merino? Mikel Merino is a 28-year-old Spanish international. He can play as a CDM. He can play as a box-to-box midfielder. Call it number 8 at the club of Real Sociedad, that's Spain. For those that have been watching the Euros, if you remember, that person who came in front obviously scored a winner as the side of Spain was knocking out the side of Germany in the extra time. He's the guy who really went ahead, obviously capitalize, all due justice to the cross that was brought in by Dani Olmo into the mix. So that is Merino for you, and he's really the hero of Spain that saw them go to the semi-finals. And yesterday in the semi-finals, they went ahead to beat France by 2-1, and they're into the final. He made 28 years of age on the 28th of June, and he was born in Pamplona, Spain. He's 1.88 meters tall, and during the season of the La Liga of 2023-2024, he played 32 games, 5 goals and 3 assists. He got 10 yellow cards and 0 red cards. In the UEFA Champions League, he played 7 games, 2 goals and 1 assist. That is Merino for you, Mikel. So he's a left-footed player, if at all you never knew, and he plays as a number 8 or a number 6, and they share those roles with none other than what's the name of the guy? With none other than Zubimendi. And you ask yourself, why has Arsenal moved on from why has Arsenal moved on from the guy called Zubimendi to the man called Merino? That is really a very huge question, because when you look at how things are really panning out, it is really important to note that the guy is really older than Zubimendi, because Zubimendi is like 24 years of age and this one is 28. And he's really a player that is more or less of a Zubimendi, but looks like Mikel Arteta is like, let's get Mikel Merino on. And this story had already gone ahead to be published, but it has gone ahead to gain momentum onto this level, and looks like Arsenal are really pointing at Merino to obviously get into the mix, to come in and obviously put in a very, very, very huge shift as far as everything is really concerned at the club of Arsenal. So let's see. Fabrizio Romano is another one who has gone ahead to come in and obviously said something. But before we go into Fabrizio Romano, I think Arsenal are looking in for experience, because 28 years of age, Merino is looking to tick the box of experience. He is more experienced than Zubimendi. He has done it on several occasions, and he scores big goals. And when you look at his passing range from the deep positions of the midfield, it's really great. You know, those balls over the top, he's really good at them, and he can release anyone in any position where he wants because he has a very good passing range. So we wait and see how that pans out, but a lot is really coming out into the mix. Now, Mikel Merino is on the list at Barcelona for sure. Arsenal have also been tracking him as he's considered a good market opportunity with 1 year left on his contract, while Mikel Arteta also follows Real Sociedad regularly. Let's see what happens. So this is what Fabrizio Romano has gone ahead, obviously, respond to reports linking this guy to Arsenal, and is like, Arsenal and Barcelona are really interested in the player, and Mikel Arteta has been following Real Sociedad a lot, and he has fallen in love with a player called Zubimendi and Mikel Merino, and he's left with just 1 year on his contract, and Arsenal might find this as a very huge important opportunity to really create lots and lots of chances that will obviously put in a very huge shift for Arsenal to obviously get the player into the mix. So looks like Arsenal are not going to go in for the usual players that we think they are really, or they would have gone ahead to go for, like they've always gone ahead to do in the recent past, and they're looking at unique players. As we are talking, Bruno Guimaraes for Fana, who is heading to AC Milan, João Neves, Douglas Luiz, who went to Juventus, Onana, who is at Everton. Arsenal is like, let's go in for Merino, and if at all it's confirmed as a concrete interest, I tell you, they are really gonna go and really bid for him, as they obviously work onto the deal of Calafiori that is expected to be done this week. So that is it, coming in from the man himself, known as Mikel Merino, being linked to the club of Arsenal. Now, Fabrizio Romano has also come out and confirmed to us that Arsenal have accepted Lazio final proposal to sign Nuno Tavares on loan with an obligation to buy for around 7/8 million euros. Arsenal will also have a sell-on clause. Negotiations are ongoing. Tavares agents on personal terms, and Arsenal had gotten this interest from Lazio in the summer of 2022, and they were like, we should let the player go to we should let the player go to Marseille, because Marseille had gone ahead obviously give to give William Saliba a very good internship that saw him become a very good player. But Tavares was really playing very well, but the problem was his discipline really failed him to obviously make progress at the side of Marseille, and he found himself in a position of really losing out on very many things. So this time round, a deal has going to have to be agreed, 7/8 million euros, and a sell-on clause is also going to be included into the deal. I think it's good business for this guy, and I think Mikel Arteta is excited that he never wanted to obviously get the back to get this boy onto what we call the team of Arsenal as they train at Sobha Reality Training Center next Monday. So that is a very huge update about Nuno Tavares, and I think you people are really excited because the coming in of Calafiori just shows you that they are not looking for his services anymore, and the likes of Jakub Kiwior are also going to show us their back to leave the side of Arsenal. Lastly, Declan Rice onto the game that England is going to be playing tonight against Netherlands. He said, I don't put too much pressure on myself. I don't think about it too much. Tonight, it's another game of football. It's a semi-final, and that's the only way I think about it. To be honest with you, we are here for a reason. Holland are here for a reason, and may the best team win. Obviously, the best team is going to win. And after yesterday, there is only one team left in the competition that I bet to obviously win this tournament, and that is none other than England. And England is really having a very huge hurdle ahead of them to come in through and obviously get everything over the line. And they have to be doing the needful, and in so doing, they really give us a very good game. I understand it's really going to be a very huge game, but England have to look so much on Cody Gakpo, Dema Fry. You can talk about Javi Simon, Weghorst, and very many others. But also, Netherlands, the team that I support, has to look a lot onto a player called Declan Rice, Kobe Mainoo, Bukayo Saka, and Harry Kane, because these are moments where Harry Kane will obviously come out and really show you exactly what he's made about. So guys, we call upon for your reactions into the comment section below about Arsenal interested in Merino. Mikel, what do you make about it? And what are your thoughts about Declan Rice revealing his thoughts about the beautiful game of football that's going to be played in like an hour from now, Netherlands versus England? And lastly, come up and really have a say about Tavares deal agreed from Arsenal to Lazio, a loan with an obligation to buy. It's not yet confirmed whether it's mandatory or not, but they're really giving us the vibes that we really require to know. Arsenal moving on players and obviously working to obviously move on and really getting huge players. May the living to God bless you abundantly. The Muslims, Barakallahu Fikum. We sign out for now. See you later, and we cover you all in the precious blood of Jesus Christ. 300 likes match of this video, but don't forget the people that have gone ahead to join our cause, and it's all about the Nuno gadgets. They are dealers into used UK phones, laptops, and they do what we call the Dubai cargo. So if at all you feel like you need a phone, you can obviously go ahead and obviously meet these people, and in the due course they're obviously coming through and have a very huge say into what you need. A laptop, they will be at your call. That is the Mono Gadgets 256. They are really good at every equipment that you want, provided it's a phone and a laptop. So we out. See you later, and we cover it all in the precious blood of Jesus Christ. Merino to Arsenal has been the lead story, followed by Nuno Tavares leaving the side of Arsenal, and here we come lastly with Declan Rice's input as far as the game of England-Netherlands is really concerned. Spain is already in the final, and it looks like they've gone ahead to put themselves in a better position of really scoring very many goals and really putting in huge shifts after shifts. And I tell you, they're in the final on merit. France had gone ahead to obviously figure out ways of obviously getting into the final. When they found a serious team, it has gone ahead to knock them out. England is another one that has been trying to obviously forge ways, but the difference with England is England has been scoring goals that France has not gone ahead to be doing. I'm out. Bye-bye.